Welcome back to my channel, guys. I hope you enjoyed my previous video and I hope it helped you to prepare for the big interview. But now, hopefully it's still in time for you guys. I will talk about some cases when you should reconsider applying for the scholarship. And I'm only making this video for the sake of those who apply and who really want to be here and who really are prepared to be here and they cannot be because, you know, there were cases when people just canceled the scholarship after some months because they realize it's not for them. And I'm always thinking about those who could have deserved it, you know, who should have been here instead of them, who could have finished the whole program. So it's just in that case, and it's not only for them, it's also for you if you're amongst those people who are not sure and who are on the like border of decision, that it's also causing a lot of struggles for those. So I really want to make it easier for those as well who cannot decide. The first thing I want to mention, and I'm saying this because I'm talking out of experience here, if you have special health problems, I would reconsider applying because for example, and I think this is one of the cases where you really should reconsider, is diabetes. So if you happen to have diabetes and you still want to apply, still good luck, but be prepared that Korea is not diabetes, like even though they have people with diabetes here, it's not a country where the products are diabetes friendly, or I don't know how to say it. Everything is full with sugar. So even the diet cookie, like there is a cookie, like diet cookie, like, you know, like it should be diabetic or something, you should think, but it's full with sugar. I checked because I have to avoid sugar, and I am in the best country. I cannot really eat rice, so I came to the right country, right, guys? So yeah, so first thing is sugar. Everything is full with sugar, even those things which are supposed to be for dieting, you know, full with sugar. Maybe 0 calories, but full with sugar. I don't know how they do that, but believe me, when I check the sugar at the back, it's full with sugar. And anything you wanna buy, it's literally sugar. I don't know how they can eat. Even the salty things are sweet, and a lot of foods, like a lot of meals, have sugar in it as well. And the, you know, the panchans, the small amount of kimchi and radish and these things, also most of the time contain sugar, because that's one of the main ingredients in the kitchen, I guess. If you have a severe diabetes, then you should really reconsider. If you have not a severe diabetes, I think you can still solve it if you cook for yourself, but then make sure to live at a place where you have a kitchen or where you can actually make food for yourself, because you cannot solve it otherwise. As I said, I cannot eat rice. I mean, I have to avoid rice. It doesn't mean that I would die if I eat it, but I have to avoid rice. So in this country, everything is with rice, basically. The only way I can solve it is to ask the owner of the restaurant, or not the owner, but the waiter or whoever comes, not to bring me rice, and order food which comes with a separate rice bowl. So they don't bring me that, I don't waste the food, I just eat the main food. But there are many types of food where the rice is already included. I cannot eat those, so it's very uncomfortable. And also with the sugar, if I wanna avoid sugar, I cannot basically eat anything. So yeah, it's more like less sugar with me. So again, first point, if you have a severe disease or sickness, or I don't know those, but now I'm focusing on diabetes, then please reconsider, because it might be hard for you to solve it. For those who are gluten and lactose intolerant, it's okay, because you know, rice is gluten free as far as I know, so you can eat as much as you want. And like lactose is not really included in meals, because also Korean people tend to be a bit sensitive about lactose and milk and stuff, dairy products, so it's not that common. So those people wouldn't have any hardships during the 4 years or 3. The second point is that, have you ever been far from home? And if you have, that's amazing. So you know how you would feel to be away for a long period. If you haven't, then just try, if you can, if you have the chance, before you come here. If you cannot try, if you cannot experience living away from your family, then just try to think about it, how you would feel without your family for maybe a year or 1.5 years, or for like 6 months. I don't know how often you can come home. I'm probably going to be back home after 1.5 years. But I have been away for long periods in my life, so I know myself. So I'm just saying that try to make an evaluation in yourself how you would handle being away from the family, because many of my classmates, not many, but I know some who handle it really not well. They are crying, they miss home, they miss parents, they miss family, and it actually makes their whole stay miserable. They're still here, but yeah, just be prepared that you will miss your family, you will get homesick sometimes, and that's why you need friends, that's why you need the assimilation into the society, so you don't feel alone. Can you do that? Can you solve this in yourself if you would feel this? Just ask these questions to yourself, reevaluate, and then decide. This is my second point, which could be also important. My third point is, if you feel like you don't care about the Korean culture, because you know, at the interview and in the application, and I'm totally honest here, guys, because I want the best for you and I want the best for those who actually want to be here. But I think if you, most of those who apply actually want to be here. I'm not saying not. But I also know, and I knew some people who just want to come here because of, I don't know, they have a boyfriend here, or I don't know, like, what else? But they have other reasons, or they don't have any other place to go to study there, because this is the best scholarship maybe, which it is really good scholarship though. So yeah, eventually you will have to fit in. Eventually you will be here not for a year, but for 2, 3, 4 years, and it's a totally different culture. If you're Asian, maybe not that different, but if you're a Western, from the Western countries or other Eastern countries which are different from Korea, be prepared, because this is a different society, different language, different habits, customs, culture. Everything will be different. Maybe you will find some similarities, and then yay. Like, I am really happy whenever I find something similar with Hungarian culture, but there are not many. So just think about it. Are you interested at all in Korea? Do you plan to fit in? Do you feel the urge to get to know these people, get to know the culture, get to know the language, the gastronomy, anything? Because of course you don't have to know everything about them, you just need the openness, and this will make your life much easier here. Because If you don't try to fit in, it's still okay. If you don't try to use the language, still okay. But you know, after a while, you will feel lonely because those who you will get in contact with, they will be international people, I guess, mostly, I don't know. But there will be Korean people as well, especially during the university years. It's good to have Korean friends, Korean like close friends who can help you if you have some problem. Because believe me when I say the systems here are really, really complicated. So it will make your life easier, and yeah, you can get lonely, and then everything, you can have really bad days. So just also think about this. If you are willing to try to acclimatize and to adapt to this society and to the culture, because I know most of you are really, really excited to be here and know the culture, but I also know that there are people who eventually wouldn't care about it. So my next point is, if you hate rice or if you hate Korean food, well, I wouldn't say that it's a big problem though, but just be prepared that Western food here is very expensive, and how much the scholarship money looks like, it's not that much at the end of the day. So spending on Western food all the time is a bit uncomfortable. So if you are good with cooking and if you plan to cook, that's perfect, come. But just be prepared that the cheap food here is the Korean food, and the Korean food might not be at everyone's liking, and then you should, you know, cook for yourself or buy the Western restaurant food, which is very expensive. That's why I'm suggesting you to also try, if you have a Korean restaurant in your city, in your country, try it once or twice if you have the opportunity, so you can taste it. It's not going to be the same still, but very close to the one Koreans have here in Korea. So this is my fourth. And the fifth one is that you should reevaluate everything. Just think it through again. If you are ready for this, if you are ready to take the chance of studying at universities which are really good, but again, they are very famous about strictness. And you know, Korean people really study. Like, I don't know how they study and their methods and anything. I just know that I always like see a lot of Koreans in cafes and libraries studying from thick books. To be honest, I maybe I shouldn't say it on YouTube here, but during my university years, I think I had less than 5 classes when I actually studied from books. I usually studied from the PowerPoints and from what I remembered from the classes. So but they really study from really thick books, and they stay up all night studying, and they study a lot, and they study and they study. I never studied that much in my life. I don't know how they do it, but maybe that's what the universities require. I don't know. We will know it from September. I will let you know if it's how it goes and so, but just be prepared that it's a different system, and the universities work slightly differently as well. So just be open to anything, and these are only about what I experienced and what I thought about could be useful for you. And I would still come, I would have still applied, and I would have still come, but maybe I would have brought more diet sugar-free stuff from home in my suitcase, or I don't know. But yeah, I will really need a kitchen in the future. So I hope this was helpful for you guys, and I hope it helped you to decide whether to apply or not. Just if you have any questions, like usually you do, just write me down, or you know, my Instagram is Culture Transit Subline. WRLD, so you can write me there as well. I will try to answer all of you guys. So still, good luck, and if you got the scholarship, welcome to Korea and good luck with your university applications. Bye!